Hello guys and welcome back to Big Brother, and today we've got two rather middling episodes. I gotta be honest, there's not really much going on at the moment. We had a very disappointing eviction, I have to say. It's just ridiculous at this point. Like, I actually am concerned for the British public, because what do you mean you evicted the very nice Welshman who just had a couple of moody days over the sex pest? Like, what's going on here? This man is literally, just in a person is this man. And we knew he was going to be at the start. As soon as he walked in, he was like, yeah, I'm a ladies man. I was like, don't like you. You're just not my vibe and I don't like you. No, thank you. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves because we got a lot to talk about. And by a lot, I mean not much, actually. So I am just filling for time. But anyway, let's get into the episode, shall we? So we're going to start off by talking about the shopping debacle. Lily obviously is not particularly happy that they're spending money on actual food, which is concerning to me. I actually want to know what a week in the life of Lily is like in terms of actual eating food, because it seems like she just eats a lot of junk. Like, genuinely, she was like, why are they getting coriander over tang sticks? And actually, it's a very good point. I do like tang sticks, but I also do like a cheeky bit of coriander, or what do they call it in America? I can't even think, but we call it coriander. I think they call it, like, it's not oregano because that's oregano. Cilantro, which is a stupid name, I gotta be honest. But anyway, we are going to talk about Lily and her snacks, and she put all of the stuff that she wanted on the list, which, like, fair enough. If that's what she wants, that's what she wants. But then obviously, I don't know whether she's going to be eating a lot of the other stuff that is bought for the house. So it felt a little bit unfair that when Marcello went to the diary room and was like, what do we need to cut? Let's cut some of the sweets and stuff. It did just feel a little bit unfair, considering, like, that's what Lily had asked for. It was ridiculous, the amounts of packets that she put on there, I gotta be honest. But if that's what she's going to eat for the week, then I don't know. I did feel kind of bad. But then it's like that good grace just went, because when the shopping came, her and Martha took the bisque off and started spooning it into their mouths. I cannot stand Biscoff. I really, really don't like Biscoff. I just, not a fan of it. It just, something about it just makes me feel icky and horrible. But I did not appreciate them just spooning it into their mouths and then hiding it, because then when Marcello, Shegan, and I want to say Khaled found it, they were not particularly best pleased, I have to say, and then they hid it themselves. So, you know what? Fair game to them. I probably would have done the same. It's not often that you'll hear me back in Marcello, but in this moment, yeah, he was kind of right to do what he did, along with Shegan and Khaled. So there was the world's worst secret mission. So bad that they got found out pretty quickly. So they basically, and by they I mean Baked Potato and Sarah, they were told that they had to spread a rumour around the house that Nathan was a multi-millionaire that owns a yacht. And obviously they had to then tell somebody, and they chose Martha because they thought Martha would be the perfect person to spread it around the house. And honestly, she was the perfect person to spread it around the house, because as soon as they told her, she went and told Ali and Lily. And then all she needed to do was just, like, keep on telling people. But then Nathan sussed them out, and then also Ali sussed them out. And then when it was exposed, Martha was just upset that she'd been used. And she was like, I'm not someone who, like, gossips. And I was just sitting there going, yes, you are. They literally told you, and the first thing you did was tell somebody else what you found out. Come on, that's ridiculous. You can't look me in the straight face and say that. Come on. So there was a big discussion around tactical gameplay. What do I mean by that? Well, it means basically that Marcello walked upstairs, and I think the room was Nathan, Baked Potato, Dean, and Lily. And he sat down, and Lily was talking about how she tactically chose who to eliminate during the smashing challenge. And Marcello obviously did not seem particularly happy and left, because he was like, I don't want to be a part of these conversations. That's fucked. And I was thinking, how is it fucked? Were you just going to go into that room and just pick someone at random? No, you were going to pick Ali because you didn't want her to be head of household. So all of this non-tactical bullshit that you're like, oh, games are being played. You're playing a game. Do you not remember 2 days ago that you were calling Ali a red witch, which actually we found out was Marcello, and Shegan just kind of repeated that back to other people, which I find very interesting that ITV didn't choose to show that when the whole saga was going down. But anyway, not trusting ITV a lot this series, I have to say. And God, we've got I'm a Celeb coming this year. Oh God, who are they going to put on there? Fucking Boris Johnson. Anyway, moving back to this, I just thought it was a little bit two-faced from him, because his friends were also sitting up there tactically saying, oh, we need to be in charge because we need to get that red witch out. Like, come on. That's ridiculous. You can't be so two-faced like that, Marcello. You can't be walking around saying all of this and then not expecting there to be consequences. Come on. I think I'm just upset because it's so ridiculous that people... This is literally a game show. There is a cash prize up for offer, which means games need to be played in order to win. You just got to do it as best you can. You're not doing anything currently. I actually can't work out how you're still in the house. Oh, God, it makes me so angry that he's still there. So there was a very interesting conversation with Ali, basically talking about the hierarchy of the house. And I have to say, it makes a lot of sense. So this hierarchy is essentially saying that you've got Khaled, Marcello, and who else was it? Shegan at the top. They're the top ones. Nobody seems to want to question them. Then you've got the people on the second row, which is all the girls that are like the straight girls. Yeah, I don't know how else you want to describe them. But that's like Hannah, your BP, your Sarah, the ones who are friends with the three at the top and therefore want to stay buddy-pally with them. Then you've got the floater section, which is like the queer guys, which is Nathan and Dean. And then you've got the bottom rung, which is like Ali, Lily, the ones that don't seem to fit the mold of the people in the top three, the people that they want to keep in the house. That's what seems to be happening right now. And honestly, I can kind of see it. The whole Red Witch conversation kind of exposed that they believe that they're in some kind of position of power, and they would be in order to get her out. And it didn't sit right with me. It didn't at all. And her explaining how Izaaz fits in, just explained it perfectly, how he was a part of that group at the top and then decided, actually, there's some stuff I don't like about this group. And then suddenly he's shunned to the bottom 2 layers of the like hierarchy. And I was like, you've got it. You've cracked the nail on the head. But obviously, people just want to hate on Ali for literally no reason at all. It's so ridiculous. It is. The hate is forced. Yeah, I think that she's been out of line a couple of times with Khaled. I think she called out Marcello perfectly fine. Yeah. And this whole Red Witch saga is just wild and crazy to me. But the way she explained it so eloquently, and obviously she wasn't doing it for any gain whatsoever. She was just talking to Dean. She was just like, look, this is how I see it. I'm not doing this for any gain. I'm just doing it because this is how I see things. And I think that's very valid. So we have an awkward game to talk about. It was particularly uncomfortable. They were asked questions in their pairs and they had to give one answer each. So the first question was asked to Sarah and BP. And essentially they were asked who does not pull their weight. I think Nathan and Izaaz were also asked a question, but I could be wrong. That might have been a little bit earlier. If somebody got asked a question at first and I wasn't prepared for the note taken, so I didn't bother writing it down, but it wasn't a very interesting question. Who didn't pull their weight? Sarah says Lily and BP says Nathan, which was actually quite funny. She was like, yeah, you actually do fuck all around here. Then least authentic, Martha said Khaled at first. When she first met him, she thought Khaled, but now obviously her mind's changed. So she kind of ducked that question a little bit, but is what it is. Then we had who needs a makeover. Izaaz said Marcello, and then Nathan said Martha. Nathan's got this weird thing against Martha, but like I think I'm going to talk about that more in what is going to be Sunday night's episode, because an argument broke out after Izaaz was evicted, and that's a lot to talk about. I'm very interested to see what actually happened. Because, like, I've seen clips from the live stream, but they're out of context. And I need to know what context is being spun on the show in order to work out, okay, how is this being played for the audience? But anyway, back to this. Who is the fakest? Baked Potato said Marcello. Who's the biggest gossip? Ali said Lily, and Dean said Sarah. Who would you most like to leave? Khaled said Lily or Ali, and Marcello did a shot of hot sauce instead of actually answering the question, which was quite funny. And then, who do you want to win? Lily said Ali, and then Khaled started piping up, and she told Khaled to pipe down. And then Hannah started piping up, and then... Oh no, Hannah didn't pipe up. Hannah answered, sorry. And then Lily piped up and was like, I disagree. And Hannah was like, well, respectfully, I don't care. Like, this is my answer. Don't interrupt me. And then she had a go at Lily later and said, don't interrupt me. And I personally felt like it was unnecessary. I feel like you had your say in that moment. You kind of embarrassed her in front of everyone. That's fine. I think you should have left it there. But having a go at her in the bedroom was just a bit of like, yeah, flogging a dead horse, do you know what I mean? Like, she is not going to change. She's, in fact, saying this kind of thing to Lily is just going to make her do it more. And I don't think you want her to do it anymore. I'm really struggling with Hannah at the moment. I don't quite know where I stand. I really, really loved her in like weeks 1 and 2. But this week, it's like something snapped in her. And I think it's to do with Days Going. But she almost blames Days Going on the wrong people. And that's kind of been like the switch in her brain has been like Days Going. And now she's like pissed off and angry. And I get it. But you got to look at the people who actually voted her out of the house. So finally, we're going to talk about Izaaz getting evicted. I'm not happy. I'm disgusted, frankly, with the British public. I can't believe that we voted out Days last week and we're voting out Izaaz this week. Like, come on. We could have got Martha out last week. We could have got Marcello out this week. I just feel disappointed and upset. And I know why people have kept Marcello in the house to spite Ali. But I think you're just keeping somebody in the house that is... I don't know. I don't even know if like the other housemates are finding him uncomfortable to live with. But like it's uncomfortable to watch him. It's just making me feel icky and gross. It's just not a very nice situation to be in. But... here's where it is. Sadly, Izaaz has left the house. He hasn't really had a shining role this week. He's kind of faded into the background, and potentially that's why he's gone, which, like, I do understand. But when you have someone that's so aggravatingly annoying on screen, like, I wouldn't have wanted Khaled to go this week, but I can't believe that Izaaz has gone when he actually hasn't done anything worthy of being kicked out of the house. But anyway, that's besides the point. It's really sad to see him go. I'm gutted. I would have preferred him to stay personally, but not really much you can do at the end of the day. We're just going to have to move on and talk about some funny quotes and moments. So, funny quotes and moments. Well, we're going to start off with Baked Potato and Nathan being forced into a relationship by Emma. That was absolutely hysterical and really, really gave me the chuckles. Then we had Lily doing something to her teeth. She had to go to Big Brother and be like, I've done something to my teeth. It was really funny. She just ate a lot of sugar and I think she had toothache. That's what happened, actually. Then we had haggis, the haggis saga. Nathan cooked everyone haggis. Well, everyone. A couple of people. And they tried it and they were like, oh, it's actually quite nice. And I was like, I'm never trying haggis and I'm half Scottish. It just... once I know what's in it, it just makes me feel icky. I don't think I could eat it. I actually just don't think I could. And I feel really bad because I'm sure it tastes fucking amazing. But, like, I don't think I could eat it knowing what it actually is. And last but not least, we have Wags for Life. Apparently, Thomas is gonna be... no, Lily's gonna be Thomas's wag or something. I don't know. The whole conversation kind of lost its plot. And I was just like, what's going on here? I thought these two disliked each other and now they're like wags. Like, what's going on? What's hip and happening? But anyway, thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll be back on Tuesday with another Big Brother update episode. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.